LA is transforming its concrete river into a green oasis. Witness the awe-inspiring transformation of its once lifeless concrete river into a vibrant green oasis. Join us on an extraordinary adventure as LA breathes new life into its waterway, creating a sanctuary for nature and communities alike. Discover the ambitious plans, stunning parks, and innovative projects that will turn the tide and revolutionize the way we experience the city. The concrete channel of the Los Angeles River is almost indistinguishable from the highways that cut across the greater Los Angeles area when viewed from above. From a distance, the thin ribbon of water that flows down the channel can be difficult to distinguish, and the vegetation that would normally be present is noticeably absent. This is the cost that the city has incurred in order to protect itself from torrential flash floods, the likes of which have historically caused significant damage to the surrounding area. In addition, the social cost of the river being lined with concrete has been significant. Along its course of 51 miles, the river does not serve as a focal point for the communities it passes through. Instead, it serves to divide them, further deepening the profound economic and cultural gaps that exist between them. As the process of restoring sections of the waterways gets underway, the Los Angeles River Master Plan, which was approved by the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors a month ago, aims to address some of the disparities that have arisen along the waterway. The officials of the county estimate that the total cost over the next quarter century of putting all the projects into the plan into action would be between $19 and $24 billion. The arrangement frames various possible undertakings for the future, including the making of parks and trails, the repair of floodplains, public venues, and low-pay lodging. To safeguard against flooding, the whole 51-mile course of the Los Angeles stream from its source in Canoga Park to its end in lengthy ocean side has been predominantly encased in concrete. The Los Angeles Stream All-Inclusive Strategy plans to further develop the networks that are situated along the stream by integrating components like parks, trails, and other foundation. Public Works of the Los Angeles County, which is a part of the flood control district that oversees the river, is responsible for developing the new master plan for the river. The board of directors made the request that resulted in the $8 million planning effort being initiated, and it has been led by a 41-member steering committee that represents a wide range of key stakeholders. Los Angeles County Public Works had an outline in mind, but we had to really go out to the community and pull them through a significant engagement process and understand what their needs were. The source of the waters. The Los Angeles River originates at the junction of two streams situated in the Canoga Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. From there, it stretches for 51 miles until it reaches its mouth in Long Beach, passing through 17 cities along its course. Being an alluvial river, it lacked a deep channel, which made it highly susceptible to devastating floods during periods of heavy rainfall. Communities located near the river frequently fell victim to these floods, suffering immense damage. In response to a series of major inundations in the 1930s and 1940s, comprehensive efforts were initiated to mitigate the risks posed to residents and businesses. Taking the lead in this endeavor was the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, who embarked on the task of creating a concrete channel for the river. Their aim was to control the flow of water within a fixed course, bolstered by imposing flood walls. Interestingly, there was little opposition from the public at that time, as Blake Gumprecht, author of the 1999 nonfiction book The Los Angeles River, Its Life, Death, and Possible Rebirth points out. The shallowness of the natural channel of the Los Angeles River made it vulnerable to severe flooding during intense rain events. The extensive flood damage witnessed in the 1930s prompted the reshaping of the river's channel. Gumprecht explains, back then, nobody was standing up for the river because it was just seen as this eyesore that threatened prosperities when it flooded. There was nobody crying out to protect the Los Angeles River until the late 1990s. While the reduced flood risk allowed for the development of communities near the river, it also resulted in the depletion of the river's ecosystem. Ironically, the Los Angeles River subsequently gained recognition as a cinematic symbol, serving as a vast paved backdrop for thrilling vehicle chases in movies like Grease, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and Drive. Television shows and music videos also capitalized on its distinct, wide-open aesthetic. However, the concrete channel had its downsides, particularly in terms of socioeconomic impact. It divided communities along its corridor, effectively stifling any meaningful interaction between residents and the waterway. These communities, primarily located towards the southern end, tended to be lower income and predominantly inhabited by racial and ethnic minorities. Today, the Los Angeles River Corridor encompasses over 2,300 acres of publicly owned land with approximately 1 million people residing within a mile of its banks. In 1996, Los Angeles County formulated a master plan for the river, aiming to secure state and federal funding for its revitalization. The plan not only addressed flood control strategies, but also recognized the importance of environmental conservation, an aspect that had been overlooked in the past. However, it failed to account for equity and the social consequences of major infrastructure projects on communities. The wide expanse of the Los Angeles River Channel offers opportunities for community events such as the annual SELA Arts Festival held in the River Channel within the city of Southgate. Infrastructure plans, including parks and bike trails, seek to connect these efforts and promote interaction along the waterway. Planners actively engaged with community members through public meetings to determine the most effective approaches. Over the subsequent decades, various agencies created no fewer than 5 different plans to manage different aspects of the river's impacts, ranging from environmental restoration to water flow regulation. The new master plan incorporates guidelines established in previous plans while also introducing a master list of priorities encompassing water reliability, equitable access, ecosystem development, from plan to projects. The LA River Master Plan includes provisions to develop parks and other amenities along the river channel, specifically targeting communities in need of such facilities. These initiatives aim to address the lack of recreational spaces and services in these areas while encouraging public engagement with the river. Several projects that have received funding are already underway along the LA River. For example, efforts are being made to connect existing bike paths along the channel, creating a more interconnected network. The master plan identifies a total of 22 major new projects and hundreds of smaller construction initiatives. However, many of these projects are still awaiting funding. One significant project outlined in the plan is the construction of a headwaters pavilion located at the source of the river in Canoga Park. This pavilion would provide shade, resting areas, bike racks, and picnic tables, attracting people to the river. This is intended to be the first step or a pilot project along the LA River. It will demonstrate how the tools and guidance from the master plan can be effectively and holistically utilized for the benefit of communities along the river. The pilot project is currently in the design phase and is expected to cost between $4 million and $5 million. Officials hope to put it out for bidding by the end of this year. More ambitious plans are also in progress. Architect Frank Gehry has proposed a $150 million cultural center adjacent to the river channel, south of its confluence with the Rio Hondo. The facility, covering 85,000 square feet, would include 2 enclosed performance halls, public courtyards, and a 1-acre park. Tensho Takemori, principal at Gehry Partners, states that approximately half of the project's funding has been secured, with ongoing efforts to secure the remaining funds. Gehry's more ambitious controversial proposal involves building parks on massive elevated platforms over the concrete-lined river channel. These platforms would span the entire width of the river channel, with some extending over a mile in length. These parks would feature trees, landscaping, and various amenities such as ponds, footpaths, and horse riding trails. They would be integrated into landscaped corridors alongside the river channel. The restoration efforts for the Los Angeles River are focused on multiple objectives to revitalize the waterway and its surrounding environment. Firstly, there is a strong emphasis on cleaning up the river, removing concrete, and restoring its natural state. By doing so, the aim is to recover the river's ecosystem and promote biodiversity. Additionally, the restoration plan includes the creation of bike lanes and parks, providing recreational spaces for the community and enhancing the overall livability of the area. Another crucial aspect is the establishment of fish habitat, particularly for the endangered steelhead trout. These collective efforts align with the comprehensive vision of the Los Angeles River Master Plan, working toward a sustainable and thriving urban river ecosystem. All right, that's all for today. Share your thoughts and subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this.